We are in it. We're in a full-blown speculative frenzy. You could miss it. I think most people are missing it, but it's happening right now as we speak. And it could be over by the time you watch this video, but it has happened, is happening, where a series of people are buying Magic the Gathering products with the intention to resell them later. I just don't think that this surplus in people buying Lost Caverns of Ixalan or Final Fantasy or these other collector booster boxes we want to talk about, it's not players that are suddenly like, oh, you know what? I really want a blinged out commander deck. Who's buying these? Who's causing the prices to rise hundreds and sometimes thousands of dollars? And I guess there is one person out there who's buying just to open, but that has inspired an army of individuals. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they are all players or collectors and people are just like, Magic's cool, I'm going to buy this stuff to open it. But I believe that there's a speculative frenzy going on right now where people are buying with the intention to resell in the future, and prices are just going up, up, up. It is unbelievable, to me at least. Maybe you'll watch all this and be like, oh, that was very believable, Nick. Who cares? But to me, this feels quite special. Something like Brothers War shooting up in just the past few days from a product that was selling for around $550, $560 to now the cheapest you can get it is $850. It's not quite doubling, but it's like a 60% rise in price in a few days. What is going on? Right? Like, what could possibly justify this? There's some slower boxes. Things like Modern Horizons 3. This one makes a little bit more sense to me. Over the past 6 months, we've seen prices rise from $538 up to a market price of $680. Still quite the increase. $150, like 20-30% increase over 6 months is quite wild, actually. But it's not wild compared to, Brothers War and compared to these other ones that we're going to take a look at. Final Fantasy is the last one I'm going to call out, which is a respectable gain of just like $100 in the past, couple like week or two, but it's a big deal. I mean, rising $100, this thing's been flat around $1,100, $1,200 for almost a year. And then for it to kind of break that $1,300 barrier all at the same time as all this other stuff. What is going on? March of the Machines, collector boosters. I saw one of these for sale for $730, and I thought to myself, I can find it cheaper somewhere else. Well, in the time that I thought to myself I could find it cheaper, it has now risen to be a $900 collector booster box on TCG Player. What is going on? How does something jump from $700 to $900 in kind of a day? There's a confirmed sale at 7:30 on June 26th. And then by the 28th, there's a confirmed sale at $900. So literally just 2 days, we're spiking up hundreds of dollars. And I know what you're thinking, hopefully. I mean, if you're thinking like I'm thinking, scarcity, right? These products are running out. And now the people who own them are just able to charge whatever they want because there's just so few left. And that does seem to be true. I mean, there's only one page of these things, and there's really only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6 collector booster boxes of March of the Machines listed. And so, yeah, the people who are selling them, they can just charge whatever they want. Core set 21. Was this on your radar? It wasn't on my radar. Well, guess what? The price spiked. 3 months ago, it was $318. Just a few days ago, it was $330. Well, now the cheapest one you can get is $670. Similar story. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 listed that aren't Japanese. Get out of here, Japanese listing. My gosh. TCG Player and their weird pictured listings that are very misleading. It's wild. It's wild. Like, what is going on? I haven't seen this before. Maybe this happens all the time. I don't think so. I've paid a relatively close attention to Magic markets for many, many years, but I've never paid this close attention since making a YouTube channel, right? I am more in the numbers than ever before, but this just seems wild. Like, what is going on? Are all sellers, is there a secret cabal of sellers where they've finally gotten together and made a cartel and they're simultaneously raising prices? By the way, that's the theory that would justify the hatred of sellers the most, is that there's some kind of cartel going on. I can tell you that's not the case. Well, I don't know. I guess it could be. I don't think it's the case. Phyrexia, OLB1. This one's more predictable, right? I mean, people... But yeah, we're looking at $800 early this month. Now it's $1,000 collector booster box with confirmed sales at $1,000. Just wild. Many confirmed sales at $1,000 actually. And then, here's another one. Duskmorn. Duskmorn, similar story, was $600 the beginning of this month. Now the cheapest one is $730. You know, nice, whatever that is, 20% increase in a couple weeks, which is crazy, by the way, right? Isn't that crazy? You think about, like, just to back up a second, I guess I'll do full screen me so that you can pay attention. Eyes up here. So in order to get risk-free return, a risk-free rate of return would be something around 4%. And it's not risk-free. To get any return, there is risk. There's risk to giving your money, investing your money into anything. But a relatively risk-free rate would be something like what you can give your money to the US government for a 6-month, a 1-year, whatever, 5-year, 10-year treasury bond, and what they will pay you back after that bond has matured. There are other investments out there. Of course, you can invest in index funds where you buy a piece of every company in America, in the world, in Europe, in whatever index fund you want to do. And you can have a piece of all the companies. And as long as not every company fails, that index fund will improve. Obviously there's times when the markets go down, but then they go back up. And historically they've gone back up much more than they've gone down. And so index funds are at least historically relatively risk-free. That is a 7% year-over-year return on average. Some years are like 10, 12%, whatever. Recent years have been crazy. Like S&P 500, if you're invested in the top 500 companies, it returns well, at least the past couple of years. And that could go down. But for now, it feels really good. And even then, though, the S&P 500 is more risky than just a general market index fund. But even then, the return on your investment on a good year is like 10, 12%, something like that. It can get crazy. It can get to 20%. But now we're talking about, so then we look at these collector booster boxes, these magic products that, yes, I understand there's shipping, there's fees, there's storing it, there's, what if your basement floods, blah, blah, blah. I get that. But if we take a step back and just think about the percent gains, Core 2021, about 60% gains. Brother War, 60% gains. Phyrexia OLB1, 30% gains. March of the Machines, 24% gains. Duskmorn, 19% gains. All in the last 30 days. That's in 30 days. We're not talking about, a year. We're talking about days. And by the way, that stat that I was just reading off something. Check out my Claude. My Claude is clotting for me. Very cool. AI is going to take all of our jobs. Anyways, so it's incredible. It's incredible the return on investment that we have had. I say we, as if I own all these products and I've been making buku bucks. It's not the case. I own some of these products and I've sold some of these products. You'll notice my shelf. If you're curious what I'm invested in and what I'm no longer invested in, you can just watch the shelf behind me. I mean, that's not really true. I don't actually keep a lot of products on hand, but anyways. So there's been incredible growth in Magic where booster boxes in just a month are appreciating 20, 30, 40 plus %. And we haven't even talked about, well, maybe I said it earlier. I don't think I did. The Lord of the Rings Special Edition Tales of Middle-earth Collector Booster Box, the one that really catches the eye because it has broken $10,000. You look at these sales. Oh, that's interesting, though. This was kind of, the 28th might have been the hype, the kind of peak of this frenzy. And is the frenzy still going on? Maybe. Maybe it's all over. I don't know. But people were buying these collector booster boxes. Somebody bought like 5 of these. I mean, I guess I don't know that. but 6 of them were bought on the 28th between $7,500, I guess $6,500 and $12,000. People are buying these Lord of the Rings special edition collector booster boxes. Incredible. Incredible that just a month ago, these were selling for $3,000 and now they're selling for 10 grand. What is happening? And then I actually have Lost Cabins with Ixalan pulled up too. What happened here? Let's take a look. 1 month ago, selling for 900. Now they're selling for 1,000-ish, almost 1,000. Yeah, 10% gains in a month. What do you make of that? That's an honest question. I don't know what to make of it. If you have an explanation for what is going on here, I would love to read it in the comment section below. I read basically all the comments. Obviously, comments come in continually, so it's not like I can go back to every single video and continually read every comment. But, when the day or two after a video comes out, I read all the comments, and it is been helpful. Y'all are smart. I have the smartest viewers, and I would love to know what you make of this, because to me, it seems like a speculative frenzy where a bunch of people with extra money are deciding to buy collector booster boxes and buy them in mass in such a way that's raising the price. And now there's so few left on the market of so many of these different SKUs that the prices are just a little wackadoodle. So that's what I make of it. I'd love to hear your theories. Thanks for watching. And a special thanks to the patrons who support the channel. If you're interested in supporting me directly, you can check out that link below. If you're interested in my Discord, you can join below for free, of course. Watching is free. Subscribing is free. Thanks for all my viewers and subscribers. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.